It's Ezra Ginsburg from Hockey Manitoba, joined by Hockey Manitoba official Amy Martin. Amy, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
You recently officiated your first game in the MJHL, and we wanted to ask you about that. What was that like, and do you hope to ref more games in the MJHL in the future?
Yes, I certainly do hope to, and it was a great experience. It was nice to be able to have a lot of friends and family come out to watch, so it was nice to have a cheering section at my first game as well, and having it in the showcase environment was good, a little less pressure that way as well.
Did anything surprise you about reffing the MJHL game? Because obviously you've had a lot of experience reffing both, female and male. But what was that like for you in terms of just the transition to reffing in the MJ?
I mean, I'm certainly not comfortable at it yet. It's a steep learning curve, so still trying to figure that out. But I think just the environment of it all, like how much stuff goes on outside of the ice surface, all of the media around it and all of that. It's nice to have that extra bit of sort of show business with it. It was really cool.
And you recently also officiated at the 2021 Capital City Challenge, which took place in Ottawa. What was that experience like for you, and what did you learn from officiating that tournament?
Yeah, it was a great opportunity. Really fortunate to have been able to travel for that. It was a big bucket list item to get to skate the national women's team. So that was so cool to be able to step on the ice with some big names of women's hockey. A few years ago, never would have thought that I could share the ice with Poulan. So that was just a little bit starstruck for sure to get to join them on the ice. And, that's their full-time job. That's what they do as a career. So trying to take it as seriously as possible to give them the best we can.
And you've been nominated to officiate at the 2022 Women's World U18 Championship. That's taking place in Sweden. What does that honor mean to you, and what are you most looking forward to? I imagine there's a lot of things you're looking forward to, but what are some of those things that you're really looking forward to heading over to Sweden and officiating that international tournament?
Certainly, yeah. Saying that I get to go to Sweden to work a hockey game is so surreal. Since I went to my first national event, I put it in my head as a goal to get my international license. So getting that opportunity this year and then getting a tournament with it is so exciting. Just trying to take it all in and enjoy it as much as I can. Very happy to be part of that group of women. Really looking forward to meeting people from all over the world, officiating coaches coming from elsewhere as well. So it'll be interesting to see different perspectives from all these different countries within that group.
I wanted to ask you, as we, film this, you're at work, and I wanted to ask you how that is for you to balance your officiating career with your career as an engineer.
Yeah, it's been busy this year for sure. But fortunately, my work's been fairly flexible with that, which has been really nice, and I appreciate that very much. But yeah, it's busy. I maxed out my holidays this year with taking off time for reffing, so they've been very helpful so far with it, and I appreciate it.
And on October 15th, 2021, and I know that you know about this, but some of our viewers might not know about this, but Katie Gay became the first woman to officiate a game in the American Hockey League. And I wanted to ask you a question about, the NHL and when you think, obviously, none of us know, but how far away do you think we are from seeing a woman officiate a game in the NHL?
I mean, a year ago, I would have had a totally different answer. But there's been so many leaps this past season with women in those roles. I mean, it started off with the announcement of Alex Clark in the WHL, and then very quickly it was just a snowball effect of women in the OHL, and then the huge announcement of 10 of them being hired to the A. So I'm obviously so happy to see that. But I mean, yeah, a little bit surprised at it and how quickly everything happened. It's great to see the change going in that direction. So I wouldn't be surprised if, there's another announcement made next year with a different roster of women moving up that next level. It's a huge number, a huge quantity of girls in that league now. So, I mean, they'll showcase their stuff, and then hopefully it's just opening the floodgates to more and more opportunities like that going forward.
And you've officiated a lot of games over the years in a lot of different leagues. What are some of the most memorable games? I know it might be hard to pick just one or two, but what are some of the games that stand out to you?
I think when Manitoba hosted the U18 Women's Nationals here in 2019 in Morton Winkler, I got to skate the gold game there and got to have my family and some friends come out to see that. So really exciting to be able to skate, like top level women's hockey at home, and then being able to have that fan base with it as well. And as mentioned earlier, like the MJ game earlier this season, just I think being able to do what I love in front of the people I love is I can't ask for more than that. So.
And the last question I had for you is, you are considered a role model for officials, not just female officials, but male officials as well. And I wanted to ask you, how do you how do you want to inspire the next generation of officials, both female and male?
I think just by stepping onto the ice each time and doing my best, trying as hard as I can in each game that I skate. Yeah, I've started to think about that, I guess, more and more this season as I've been given a lot more opportunities. There's a lot of responsibility that comes with that too. So trying to take it as seriously as I can and ensure that I am being, as positive a role model as possible. But basically just showing particularly women and little girls like that women belong in these roles that used to be so predominantly male driven, but there's been so much change lately, and really seeing women in those roles is the biggest factor for young girls seeing what they want to do when they grow up.
Well, Amy, thank you so much for taking some time to talk to us, and best of luck at the 2022 Women's World U18 Championship in Sweden.
Thank you very much.